Ladies and gentlemen, Kuch Sangpo, and welcome to match day 2 of the BoB Bhutan Premier League, where we have the reigning champions, the Tigers PARO FC, facing off against the newcomers, who initially started their campaign as Namla FC but have since then rebranded themselves and are an entirely new team. They are DRUKPA FC, and this is match day 2 here at PARO, where these two titans will be clashing off in an intense opening bout. We had yesterday a very entertaining match where we had the Thunderbolts, Thimphu FC, the other newcomers from the qualifiers who were promoted, faced off against Thimphu City. It was an astonishing 3-0 win for Thimphu City, a remarkable opening statement, and PARO FC, as reigning champions, will want to make an equally worthy statement of their own. We even had the opening of the Women's National League yesterday, where we saw the PARO's women's side face off against RTC Women's FC in 8-0 defeat here at Chang Limitong. But the same story won't be the same. They are the champions for a reason. You can see the reasons why they are the champions, in fact, out on the pitch right now on camera. There is Evans Asante, there is Nyumongdi. Usual, they do have plenty of firepower added to their roster as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for this brutal bout upcoming here at Bochu here at PARO. Until then, do let us know which team you are supporting, which player you are looking forward to shine here in the BoB Bhutan Premier League 2026 season, and what you think the goal score will be at the end of the 90 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the starting lineups for the teams. Here is PARO FC's with Kelson Zangpo in goal, Windoji 4, Mamoon Musa at 6, Tariq Raihan at 14, Yimongdi 15, Titanamge 16, Mohib Ullah 33, Taiga Kitajima, number 9, King Wangchun, number 11, Yuta Mishima at 22, and as ever, Evans Asante up front, number 25. So far, they have a solid lineup. They've bolstered their lineups with height. They are players that we know from regional leagues nearby in the continent of Asia. Do let us know if there are some players who you've always wanted to come to the BoB Bhutan Premier League and finally has made their mark here for any jersey, for any side. DRUKPA FC do have a couple of interesting signings on their side as well. So today it will be quite an interesting matchup. Thunderbolt FC yesterday did come in with lots of expectations. Did have that unfortunate loss. A lackluster performance from their key players. But it is only one game. It is simply a singular battle in a brutal month, season-long war here in Bhutan. There are the warriors up, stepping onto the field here in PARO. Plenty of supporters despite the gloomy weather. Hopefully that does not affect the players as much as it did yesterday. There was quite a bit of piercing rain here at Changlimitang, but that did not stop the fans at all. Hopefully it will be the same story out there in PARO.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're able to stand, please stand up for the national anthem.
That was the national anthem, and this will be the starting lineup for DRUKPA FC. We have Sachin Jha, a new signing for DRUKPA FC, on goal for their side. We have Min Shin, number 4, back supporting the back line alongside Punsu Jimmy. Bella, as we all know and love, did have a solid partnership with Jimmy Tenzin, who will be on the bench for today. We have Unauthorized, number 2, playing centre-back partnership with Bella. Woo Byung Yoon, the tall giant you saw on that lineup, playing right back. We have Pina Rabke, number 14. We have Eugene Philip. We have Barun Kangyambam, number 24. Jump to 28. Musa Matthew, 31. And Yishe Wangchu completing the forward lineup for DRUKPA FC. Plenty of solid presence in the new club. They did recently get promoted, for those of you who missed the entirety of the qualifiers. But they are a new team. But with this roster, they are not here to simply be introduced to the league. They are here to make a statement, and hopefully their play today reflects the entirety of their intent. Both teams definitely a level of physicality we haven't seen in earlier seasons. They have improved their scouting. They have been bringing in much better players, and with the rule changes with regards to the local, the regional talents from India, Bangladesh, and neighboring countries, it will be interesting to see how these teams will build their roster on going onwards. Do follow Bhutan Football Federation on Facebook if you haven't already, to follow any kinds of updates or important news or changes to the BoB Bhutan Premier League. There are the captains alongside the referees. Also, big shout out to our main sponsors, Bank of Bhutan, alongside our partners, Bhutan Telecom, Coca-Cola, and their recording partners, News Hummels. As we get ready for kickoff, it will be a battle of nerves in the first couple of minutes. Yesterday, in the opening, we did see Thimphu City taking advantage of Namla FC, who were trying to get used to the situation. It did result in 2 early goals, one from Sadiq Suli, who ended up winning man of the match, the number 14. A beautiful debut for the big man for Thimphu City, alongside a brilliant chip shot over the goalkeeper, over by Tika, which I'm sure you must have all seen if you follow Bhutan Football Federation on Facebook. Also, at the same time, do subscribe to our channel on YouTube. It will not be much, but it will mean the world to us, as it does help us expand our reach. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, we now await the countdown until the whistle to kick things off here at PARO. And there is the starting whistle, PARO FC. They are the reigning champions, 6 years undefeated, 6 years back to back. Thimphu City, the only one to win before that. Before that, it was PARO again until it was Transport. But it has been an absolute stretch of dominance for PARO FC. Up front with Evans Asante, back with Nimongdi, gets Zangpo in goal as always. It is a strong lineup for PARO FC, but DRUKPA FC, equally intimidating, equally powerful. There is the new giant facing off against the new signing from DRUKPA FC as well. Tiger joining the Tigers. The new goalkeeper for DRUKPA, who were previously Naml FC. Sachin Jha on goal for DRUKPA FC. We will be able to get a proper glimpse of his talents up close this season. Nimongdi. Back to Tariq Kazi. Both teams have giant target man sent up front. Yesterday we did say Thimphu City bring out the full potential under their new coach. Solid use of their big man number 14 Sadiq Suli, who went after every long ball played up front. The sheer pressure from one man dominating over the presence of the Thunderbolts. Hopefully we will see a similar situation here with both teams sending out giants in their starting lineup. Physicality, always nice to have. Football, one of those few sports where height not really an issue. Even if you are short, even if you are not gifted in terms of height, you always manage to find a way to get around it. It is very forgiving, but having a little bit of extra height never bothers anyone, as there is that early cross. No signs of pressure from the champions, as to be expected. Other teams at this stage would usually send out a high press, as we saw throughout the qualifiers, as we see in the mid-tier teams in the league. But the champions showing their composure so far, no signs of hesitation, playing as calm and composed. They have the home advantage. A similar attitude from DRUKPA FC as well. The first few touches for Bella. Smart decision to send it back. Not quite enough reason there to have his own goalkeeper panic. But FC, not quite enough space to beat the triple team DRUKPA FC sent their way. Evans Asante, brilliant hustle, brilliant effort, gets the ball back on that own tap-in. Operating down left. It is PARO FC showing clear initiative up early, but not quite enough space to send that ball forward. They are forced to play it back. Beautiful defending there by DRUKPA FC, a sight we didn't see quite well from the Thunderbolts yesterday. There was one man down back, Udoka, the number 22 for the Thunderbolts, Thimphu FC, who showed sheer grit and hustle. He was the lone energy down back that held that deficit at 3. One of the goals was an own goal. Hopefully we do not see one of those either. It is quite heartbreaking as a fan and as a player on the losing side to see a goal go in without the opposing team having to do much at all. There is that presence on that long ball. The Bhutanese national team does have issues getting possession back after sending those long balls in, but in this club scene, it is not a question whatsoever, as there is a brilliant recovery there from PARO FC. Could have been a close call there for the DRUKPAs. Also, for those of you DRUKPA FC fans, Kencha Topke Nyakam is on the bench as well, alongside number 10, Jimmy Tenzin, who showed solid presence. A giant in and of by every means in the back line for DRUKPA FC in the qualifier run. Other than that one questionable loss against Namla FC, it was a solid run from them throughout the qualifier. But the league, the actual league, is a different beast altogether, as there was brilliant shoving mass down left, but it is Chitur who comes up with possession. Asante, the man to watch today, has been a dominant presence up front. A nightmare for all defenders in the Bhutan Premier League, and seems like he will be for quite a while. No signs of slowing down. Still in his prime and still in service for the Tigers. Bella clears it up. Musa Khan costly slip up there, but Gelson Zanko just managed to sweep up front. Brilliant header there. Asante, Tiger manages to poke it off to Asante, and he has that pace to make that run down to that right, but it is evenly matched. Stride for stride, and it is Sachin Jha at the receiving end of that ball. There was that brilliant pace there on that left. Just a bit too short. Gelson Zanko makes the right read, sends it off long, but it is DRUKPA FC with possession, and now the initiative for the counter. So far, pretty much a stalemate. Keep in mind that this is a match-up between the champions of the league and an up-and-coming newcomer in the league, and at this point doesn't really look like there are much differences. A whistle blown. The early signs of physicality is to expect a simple sort of mind games. You are going to be frustrated. You are going to have to deal with a lot of shoving and pushing, as there is a lot on the line. Being crowned the champions of the BoB Bhutan Premier League is no joke. There is quite a lot of gain in terms of reputation, in terms of exposure, and in terms of financial as well. So there is a lot to play for. Their performance early on will decide what ranking they end up in. For DRUKPA FC, who have recently been promoted, the question of relegation is still a strong threat, a strong looming presence in the back of their mind. So they will need to give their level best while all their players are in form. Eventually, as the season wears the players down, injuries and roster changes will become a very big question for the coaches to solve. And before that happens, they will need all the points they can get while their starting 11 is healthy. And at this point, DRUKPA FC is playing much better football, I must say personally, than the Thunderbolts showed yesterday. DRUKPA plays it long. Header from Mamoon Musa Khan to send it off. But it has been kept on its line. It is the DRUKPAs who too managed to come away with that throw-in. Might have been a bit of a tug there at his jersey, but the referee calls it clean. Advantage over to PARO. There is Tiger. Giant number 9. Up front. Definitely an intimidating presence to see such a mountain of a man make a full sprint towards you. But then again, do have to respect the hair as well. That hair definitely giving him a couple of inches. Does help with the mind games as well. But as you can see, the defenders of DRUKPA FC equal in stature, possibly even bigger. Bella, proud to see a national sizing up against these foreign players. Does mean that good things will come for Bhutanese football in the years to come, as our younger generations are blessed with better genetics, better nutrition, and eventually close up the gap in physicality we typically have with our international competitors, as there is that beautiful run out right. It is Bella on that mark. Does seem to have gotten to the ball, not quite. It is recovered, right foot goes in, it is deflected. Yuta Mishima stumbled. Yuta Mishima recovered, had the space, dropped his man. There was that brilliant possession. Bella made all the right plays but simply lost possession. Yuta Mishima, completely unexpected, dropped his man, right foot. Brilliant save there for Woo Kyung-hyun. I do have to say, completely unexpected performance from DRUKPA FC. Typically, new teams do struggle in the first couple of minutes, but they are going ban for ban against the Giants. As there is that header. Brilliant defending. Left no space. Apologies. The big guy was in fact Min Shin. Got him confused. That header went off of Tiger. They are the Giants. They do look normal when they're by each other, but I assure you, if we went near them, we would definitely have to look up quite a lot. Brilliant signings from every team. All teams are possible contenders. Last year, only RTC had that sole win against PARO, but at this point, every team looks like they had a chance. Timber City, if you watched their performance yesterday, looking completely rejuvenated. Their potential seems to have been raised by quite a lot. And if they continue to perform this well under the new Argentinian head coach, seems like we will have a completely different story this time around, as that cross easily intercepted by Musa Khan. Might have been a bit too relaxed on that ball, but it does manage to get the ball back. Pillarabge plays it off to that right. Deva Tokpam. Ball played high. Header manages to keep it alive. It is still the DRUKPAs. Too much ambition in that cross, and it is goal kick for Gelson Zangpo and PARO FC. So far, solid football from both teams. No signs of nerves, as expected of veterans. Kutter gets it back. A solid midfield partnership for PARO FC so far. It has been difficult to get the ball back from them in midfield. It has been the defense, especially from DRUKPA FC, that has been naturally compact. Brilliant timing on that challenge there by Bella. Tiger couldn't get his balance right. Both teams field absolute giants, and every opportunity for a set piece will be a danger they will have to fight out with their level best. Yuta Mishima. Plenty of options. Who will he play to? Plays in mid. Get it away. It was Min Shin who caught at the end of it. Danger not averted. It is Chutur. Nimongdi plays it high to the left. But the touch from Yuta Mishima, a bit too hard, but fortunate for him, does bounce it off a defender. And it will be a corner again. Yuta Mishima had that opportunity to play it short, but a bit too uncoordinated. Caught him by surprise as well, and he will have to settle for a proper set piece this time as well. There is Tiger, probably the target he wants to go to. Plays it back post, far too back post, and it goes out. It will be a goal kick for DRUKPA FC's two corner back to back for PARO FC, and not quite a story coming out of both efforts. In that first match, we did see Timber City have a couple of antics. They did have one of their players visitor stopped in, bothered by Tika right in his face, block out all of his vision, and that did end up costing them a goal from Sadiq Suli from a beautiful header from that corner. But no cheeky plays from both teams right now. There was that collision. Early on it was between teammates. Seems to have made some connection with his head. There is that replay again. Seems like that it was that elbow from Mohibullah that bothered Philip Eugene. Did manage to get a forearm in on that aerial challenge. A brilliant sight to see. There were 5 under that ball. Not an effort you typically see. So it is good to see both teams going all out. Hopefully we do not see any injuries. Yesterday there was John O'Leary. So much expectations on that forward to deliver. But unfortunately for him, injuries did take him down early on. It did seem like it was a hamstring pull of some sorts. Hopefully he will be back for their next outing. But right now, PARO FC and DRUKPA FC, solid football. Only a quarter of an hour in. No goal to tell the full story, but it has been a battle to keep the scoreline where it is now. There is Avanza Sante. Will be hard to contain him, but with this back line from DRUKPA FC, seems like they finally might have figured PARO FC out. Too early to tell, I know. But if there ever was a team that had any hope, this does seem like it is built for winning. DRUKPA FC initiative. Was a bit off balance, but referee does blow the whistle in favor of the DRUKPAs. Brilliant run there, saw that space, decided to take it for himself. No chance for those defenders, but to get in his way to deny that opportunity. There was that replay again. It was Ugandoji. Philip Eugene, brilliant effort, and it will be a set piece for DRUKPA FC. Apologies, it was Matthew Musa. Seems like he landed a bit wrong on that left arm of his, but seems like he is back up. And it will be a resumption of play. There is another new signing for DRUKPA FC, Devo Atokpa. Brilliant ball right in the middle. It is headed away by Musa Khan. Failed set piece does lead to a PARO FC counter-attack, but immediately stolen away. Ambitious pass with the outside of his foot. It took Philip Eugene completely by surprise. Couldn't get enough position. Went directly to Gelson Zampo, and it will be PARO FC so far. They are the champions, but so far the pressure has been equal. The story not one-sided as most fans expected. This may finally be a season where we no longer see scorelines of massive margins. Last season we did see teams like Samsi FC get trashed again and again. But this time even the teams who were recently promoted seem to be holding their own and proving everyone wrong. The only question now is, does DRUKPA FC have enough conditioning and training in them to keep this form throughout the entire 90 minutes? We have no question with that with regards to PARO FC. They are a team that has lived at the top of the league for years. At this point, almost a decade. But DRUKPA, being a relatively new team, will not have had an equal duration of training. So their form, their tactical substitutions will be really, really key in ensuring that the result of today's match comes out in favor of them. Brilliant challenge there. Mongdi supposed to send it off. Tiger as strong as always, but Bella equally as strong. Tiger, upright. One of the first few times he has had plenty of space, but did not have it for long. Winded it up a bit too long. Easy deflection there, and it will be another corner, the fourth, I believe, for PARO FC. Also, information on the officials. Today's referee is Pematsong, assisted by Kilipenjo and Singawanchu. The fourth official, Wang Chen. Corner, played short. Ball delivered low outside the box, and it is the first shot! And it is the first goal. Never count out the champions. And the moment you do, Evans Asante appears out of nowhere to give PARO FC their first. And there is that confidence. No confusion that he will not score today. Game prepared. And it was PARO FC that makes that opening statement today. Left too much space on the outside. As I said again, there was that matter of intimidation. When you put that many giants inside the box, you end up feeling pressured, you end up being committed way too much. And in the blink of an eye, Evans Asante left free, and one shot, it is all it takes. Hopefully that is a wake-up call for the DRUKPA to not get that pressured by the big bodies inside the penalty area and to keep a wider eye out. Although a simple observation, it is quite difficult to implement when you're in the midst of a very, very high stakes match, especially against the reigning champions. But we, at this point in the first 20 minutes, know the caliber of DRUKPA FC, and we know what they are capable of. So hopefully that is a wake-up call for DRUKPA FC. So far they have been playing brilliant football. It was an unfortunate gap out in the danger area, as there is another run from PARO FC. Could it be something? Cuts inside, has that open man on that left. Finally, Kingonchu releases it out to that left, makes that overlap, does not get that ball, and it is stolen away by DRUKPA FC. PARO, frequent change in possession. That first goal will give them the confidence they need. In sports, your performance is always hindered by a mental block of some sort, be it confidence, be it nerves, be it pressure. But that first goal should have been enough to give players of PARO FC the freedom and confidence they need. They have the ability. They were selected into the starting lineup for a reason. They are players with ability. So at this point, they should no longer feel any burden, any restrictions, and simply let loose. We already have a hat-trick score throughout that opening, not in the men's, but in the women's. We did have RTC open up with a hat-trick. There is confusion there right on that line. Tiger kept it alive for as long as he realistically could. but could not find an outlet, and it will be goal kick 4. The DRUKPAs, there was that possession again. Took absolutely everything to knock that giant down to the ground. Sachin Jha, a remarkable goalkeeper. But that one shot from Asante, too many bodies blocking his vision, had no chance to react whatsoever. And with that fantastic placement from Evans Asante on the bottom right, it did end up bringing too many variables into the equation, and it was with too much for Sachin Jha. So let us give him the benefit of the doubt. Hopefully he does make a couple of saves. Yesterday we did see Paitika make plenty of big plays for Thimphu FC despite their loss. Made save after save. Athletic ones, acrobatic ones at that too. So hopefully we do get a proper display of DRUKPA FC's new signings. On goal there is brilliant. Shot from distance, not quite enough. PARO FC wins the battle midfield. Initiative lost. Merciless clearance there by Minchin. Does send it away. PARO FC, Evans Asante having to do everything, but whistle has been blown. Evans Asante a bit too reckless. There was that flailing arm contact, went right to the face. Bella right into the defender, but no matter, does manage to send it off now. Evans Asante, still anyone's ball. Bella back to Jha. Also, yeah, massive shout out to our cameraman and our director behind the scenes. Brilliant replays we are getting here at Wochi today. PARO FC forced to play back. Kelson Sangpo, goalkeeper and captain for the PARO FC side today, did a brilliant job with his hair as well. DRUKPA FC, solid defending so far. The backline has been compact, but that compactness, especially from their midfielders, is what cost them that first goal. They should have had at least one covering that shot from distance, at least to take away any threats early on. But Evans Asante found that space, saw it, took it, and there is that close goal there for DRUKPA FC. Almost thought that was a goal. Brilliant positioning on that tap in, brilliant positioning on that header, but do believe it was called for an offside. Still anyone's ball, the ball kept in the air for plenty of seconds. Evans Asante a bit off. Here's a one-on-one. Beltazan completely misses it, and there is that equalizer. DRUKPA FC taking everyone by surprise. Matthew Musa capitalizing on that mistake from Evans Asante. What a turn of events here at PARO. One goal and now one assist for Evans Asante. As that unfortunate clearance, unfortunate back pass causes a complete meltdown of their defense, and there is Matthew Musa. Brilliant instincts, brilliant composure, simply clinical. And now the scores are level. Simply at the half an hour mark, PARO FC 1 and DRUKPAs have made it 1. At this point, definitely anyone's game. Told you not to discount the DRUKPAs out, because that one goal from Asante, I do believe, was a simple gap that he managed to exploit somehow. But DRUKPAs FC, as I said, a brilliant job scouting their players. The strengths of their personnel showing here as we await resumption of play again. There was that unfortunate touch from Evans Asante, met Matthew Musa in stride. Left no chance for the defenders, was not expecting that at all. Yesterday definitely was a completely one-sided victory. Sheer dominance from Timber City against the Thunderbolts, led by Tinch Gelson. But today DRUKPA FC playing levels above what we saw from them in the qualifiers. Unfortunate back pass again. There was Philip Eugene. Right there, met that ball, but too much space. Bring that ball under control. But at this point, we do have to admit that there wasn't much Gelson Zangpo could do. It was a combined fault of his teammates. Starting from Evans Asante, that slip up took everyone by surprise. Not quite enough time. And Matthew Musa simply too good to be stopped. And now DRUKPA's back on the counter again. Ambitious backheel pass, does manage to get it to his teammate. Intercepted. DRUKPA's space, delivers it inside. Gelson Zangpo this time with solid hands. Also, this match is being played out there in Bochu, PARO FC's home ground. PARO looking for redemption, deflected away. Bella, one-on-one against Tiger. Equally as strong, even stronger. Bella's physicality, which we all know and love him for. Also to the fans of DRUKPA FC who is simply coming in, Yakam indeed is in the substitutions for DRUKPA FC alongside a couple of their foreign signings. Kincho Topke, number 7. Alongside number 10, Jimmy Tenzin, who we saw held down the fort alongside Bella, the giant, the tall guy with the white hair in the qualifiers, who held it down with Bella, is also in the substitutions, but at this point doesn't really look like DRUKPA FC will need it. There was that second goal from Matthew Musa. Gelson Zangpo missed that clearance completely. Could have done much better from his part as well, but wouldn't have even had to bother with it if his teammates had done their jobs, personally speaking. But it was a brilliant exploitation from the part of Matthew Musa, a proper hunter's instincts. Evans Asante, as I said, 1 goal and 1 assist. PARO FC will no longer have the confidence they had after that first goal from Asante. The DRUKPAs have proven that any chance they get can be a critical venture deep into enemy territory. And with that in mind, PARO FC will need to play careful. A costly slip-up like this is not something that champions are expected to make. Nyongdi, brilliant first touch, played it back. Kazi off to that left. Also, we did see Bhutan recently play in that victory down in Guwahati. Do let me know which players you think should deserve to get a call-up to the national team. Which players are your personal favorites from the Bhutanese football scene? There were a couple of key names that were missing there, but not every player will fit a system that Bhutan is looking to build. But nonetheless, do let me know which teams are your favorites and would like to see getting called up into the national roster in our future international campaigns. Also, Richard Sanya is also on the bench. Plenty of foreign signings in the bench, but in part due to the restrictions on the number of foreign players that can be fielded at once. Those rules have been made a bit relaxed in terms of considering local talents or regional talents as foreign players. But there are restrictions nonetheless, and as such, you cannot play all your foreign signings at one time. The weather does seem to have brightened up here at PARO. Yesterday, the Women's National League opening between RTC and PARO's Women's FC did not have rain, but the men's matches did, and it did impact their gameplay quite hard. But despite that, we did have a brilliant match at our hands, a dominant display from Timber City, plenty of presence from the audience, the crowd here in Changlimitang as well. And with that sun out in PARO, we couldn't ask for better conditions. Mongdi Chutter. The PARO FC squad right now is missing his little brother. Kamatsitim, as we all know, went to Australia. It was quite a big news as most of our players, Tokke from Transport United, Tunku from the women's side, and a couple others went down to Australia. Did lose a lot of talent from our scene down to the Australian diaspora. But does seem like they are playing actively. I did see him play for a Bhutanese team down there. Forgot the name of the team, but it was like Kuzu FC or something. But good to see them keeping in form. As we all know, we do see the national team call-up players even down from Australia. His Nobu especially has been key in holding the backline for Bhutan. So it is great to see them keeping themselves fit and in tip-top form. With the facilities down there, it should even be greater as there is that tap in. A nonchalant breakdown of the centre-back partnership of Menshin and Bella. Simply tiptoed their way into the box. Left no room for the defenders to react. One tap, all they needed to put Taiga Kitachiwa on the score sheet. And is making PARO FC now up with 2 to DRUKPA FC's 1. huge error in concentration and focus from DRUKPA FC. They did play their best when PARO FC pushed forth with all their might. But when the threat came creeping slowly and slowly, they simply lost focus, lost the ball, lost their man, and it simply broke down. No help to the two giants at the back. As there is PARO FC mounting up yet another attack. Tiger up front, one touch, not quite. Ball kept alive. It is Asante, played it back. Still Asante, challenge a bit late, there is that whistle. Barun with a very late challenge there on Asante. Could have been a bit more disciplined with that, but especially after conceding that goal in seconds, it will be hard to process those emotions that are coming the way of those players. And it will be PARO FC in a dangerous position. Less than 5 minutes remain until the end of the first half. Still too early to disregard the efforts that DRUKPA FC has shown throughout the first half. They have brought a goal to their name. The defense has been holding down, but mistakes are getting more frequent. 2 goals conceded off of 2 lapses in judgment and focus. Asante, easy chip, headed away. It is Philip clearing it off. Throw in for PARO. Chutuk, brilliant step over. Has that left foot, not quite there yet. Right foot does manage to poke it out to that left. Delivery inside. Bella with that clearance. Brilliant effort from the big man up front. Keeps possession alive for DRUKPA, but loses the ball in that chaos. Bella again clears it off. DRUKPA finally at the end of it, but again loses focus as it is played back to the back line. Wrongly down on that run, but not quite enough pace. Ball played way too forward. As I said early on, DRUKPA FC played a brilliant opening, went band for band, stride for stride against the champions. But as I said, their conditioning, how long they could hold on to that form will be the important question going forward. And as I said, those lapses in judgment as the game bears its toll on these players will show their results. There is a brilliant long ball played by DRUKPA FC, but not quite enough as it goes back right to Gelson Zangpo. Mongdi, all the space in the world to operate. Plays it middle. DRUKPA FC, brilliant through ball. Does seem like he is offside, however. Was a brilliant pass, brilliant position, right in the middle of the defense by Philip Eugene. Also, with regards to the coaching staff, PARO FC, as we know, Pushpalal, is their coach. And for DRUKPA FC, it is Khandotoji leading the helm. They do have plenty of substitutions they can use as well, but at this point, the smart decision will be to let the half end at the scoreline that it is at right now. Go into the halftime break, have a serious conversation in the locker room, and make the changes that they want at that moment. And DRUKPA FC do have a couple of foreigners to their name as well. There was one foreigner who helped them in the qualifiers. John Miles Flynn is on the substitutions. Can stop get their star forward. The number 7 is in the substitutions as well. Alongside the giant we've all come to love. Jimmy Tenton there, number 10, who played centre back for DRUKPA FC, is on substitutions as well. So still plenty of options, still plenty of tactical changes they can make. Asante. 2 more minutes left of additional time. Will it be enough for PARO to find another one in before the half ends, or will it be enough for the DRUKPAs? Asante, right foot. Brilliant save. Outstretched leg denies that opportunity. And the DRUKPAs make a frantic effort to make that clearance. Knocked down. Matthew Musa. Hard challenge as there is a yellow card for Tariq Qazi. DRUKPA FC's only goal scorer in the match right now has been knocked down on that harsh challenge by Tariq Qazi. He is grimacing. There is that challenge again. Seems like he stepped on the back foot there. Cha sends it out long. DRUKPA FC comes off on that second ball. Devo. Back to Sachin Jha. Unfortunate slip there. Does manage to get the ball back, however. Might very well be the last chance, as we are left with simply seconds until the referee decides to blow that whistle. Matthew Musa again, right foot, way too off. And there is that whistle to signal the end of an amazing fight from DRUKPA FC against the reigning champions, PARO FC. So far, solid performances, definitely meeting expectations. Early on, we did have concerns as to whether DRUKPA FC would be able to stay consistent in their performance throughout the entire game. Our questions were answered immediately with those 2 goals exploiting the lapses in judgment from DRUKPA FC. The first goal from Asante. The D area left completely alone. Gave Asante all the space in the world. Blocked the vision of Sachin Jha, had no chance to react. Beautiful first goal. Even that second goal, a beautiful tiptoe right near the goalpost and an easy tap-in for Tiger. Their goal did come, DRUKPA FC's lone goal did come by the way of an unfortunate back pass from Evans Asante, who had an unfortunate own assist right towards Matthew Musa, who was credited with that goal for that brilliant one-on-one beating Gelson Zangpo. So far, beautiful football. But still, an entire half to go. There are still plenty of gunpowder in the bench for both teams. It will be interesting to see how both coaches deal with it. Pushpalal does not have the comfortable lead that he probably expected in the first half. It is still 2-1. So, Ladies and gentlemen, see you all after the break. This was your commentator, Ogenta Shitochi. And let me know what you think will be the outcome of this game. So far, so good. It is PARO FC 2 to DRUKPA FC 1. Hopefully, it does not stay this way. Hopefully, we are blessed with more goals from these players as we know they are capable of. Until then, this was your commentator signing off. See you again after the break.
PARO FC rest भी हो जो मैच जी
टॉयलेट हाउसफुल है उधर जाएगा अच्छी से आना केयरफुल बैठना दुआ लो
Substitution jersey number 6, Manan, substituted by jersey number 97, Richard. And jersey number 4, Ugindoji, is replaced by jersey number 14, Kezan.
Handsome. Photo. Photo. No, no, just kidding, just kidding.
Substitution for DRUKPA FC. Jersey number 28 is being replaced by jersey number 32.
FC, this time winning the midfield battle. There is the new sub, Doji. Plenty of space to work with. Manages to see that pass off. Devo. Bella. Might have been a bit too high for Devo. There was that handball. Referee, clear vision on that incident, and it will be ball 4 for DRUKPA. There was Devo. Managed to get enough closure on that trajectory to make it an easy save there for Sachin Jha. There was that handball on Wang Chu, unfortunate on his touch. There's that presence on the end of that long ball. From all teams so far, we've seen an improved success in long ball retention rate in all teams. City with Sadiq Suli, then giant number 14, athletic giant number 14 up at front, has managed to retain so many possessions out of those long balls sent every way possible up front. And even now, between these two teams, we are seeing solid presence, especially with Matthew Musa and Philip Eugene for the DRUKPAs. And with Tiger up front, alongside Evans Asante for PARO FC. There's the hustle from DRUKPA FC, Matthew Musa, who plays up front, making that effort. To come back, there is that giant signing, Min Shin. Tiger, brilliant hair as always. Completely blocking off the vision of Min Shin. An unexpected advantage to that hairstyle. So far, only 4 teams have played in ever since the opening yesterday. The Thunderbolts, Timber City, DRUKPA, and PARO FC. We are yet to see the result of the off-season of the other teams. Transport United, as we all know, has made minimal foreign signings and has made it their mission to invest in their future development, in their youth. The players promoted up from their youth team as DRUKPA FC immediately on that counter-attack might have been a bit too late, thus a bit too heavy. There is that early goal scorer, the lone goal scorer so far for DRUKPA FC, Matthew Musa. Burun off to that left. Young Yun. Unfortunate touch there, Matthew Musa. A bit too confident, a bit too nonchalant on that. There is Asante, the second time today. He's earned a whistle for his flailing arms, contact directly towards his opponent's face. There is a brilliant position up front. It is Philip all alone, offside of his foot. Apologies, outside of his foot. A complete shift in storylines here in PARO. An answer to every question PARO FC has thrown their way. Brilliant pairing up front with Matthew Musa and Philip Eugene, both with a goal to their name in this match. They are the two. Lanky and long, short and strong.
Number 21, Philip.
Gilson Zangpo could have done something, but Philip completely unaffected whatsoever by that pressure from the behind as well. Brilliant positioning. Did get a couple of looks early on, just a tad offside, but this time around, brilliant positioning, and even more so, we have to respect the unselfishness of DRUKPA FC to get that pass out. It is not a sight we typically see. Most players usually end up taking the shots themselves. But so far, so good. And as fans of Bernese football, what else could we ask for? Pressure on the champions. Momentum for the DRUKPAs. PARO FC will not want to stay in this position for long. In the Women's National League opening yesterday, PARO's women's side did lose out in an 8-0 loss to the reigning champions. That is the way champions should in fact perform. RTC complete domination, and this, on the other hand, in the men's side, it is a much more entertaining match. There is a brilliant through ball still kept onside. Can he release it? Not quite. There is that final challenge from Bella to send it off. The passion and energy from the back line of DRUKPA FC, going back to back with the top of the league of Bhutanese football. Brilliant timing of that challenge, kept it clean, kept it simple, no complication. It will be a corner for PARO FC. There is that second goal scorer. DRUKPA FC corner cleared away. It's still anyone's ball. Looks like it will be DRUKPA's at the end of it. Header does manage to get by the way from DRUKPA FC, but no contact at the end of it. Does not keep it alive, and it will be ball for PARO FC. Mohibullah off to Kazi. Also, as a reminder, Kazi already has a yellow card to his name. So we will need to be careful on the physicality he presents to the forwards of DRUKPA. Kinga. Off to Kezang. Kezang Goji. Clean challenge. Brilliant pass played up front. Matthew Musa all alone. Can he find that pass? And off that deflection! Completely uncalled for. Thought that ball was going to be sent out, but inside it went to their own net. And in an unprecedented turn of events, DRUKPA FC now with the lead 3-2. On screen you can see their number 7, Kenchu Topge, coming on the pitch to celebrate. That run does seem to have taken something out of Philip. Matthew Musa was bothered early on as well, but hopefully it is not much of a problem. Evan Sasante looking to make an argument out of this situation, but it was clean. It was a brilliant decision. Plenty of power from Matthew Musa. And Mohibullah. His left foot stuck to the ground. It is their home court. Couldn't get proper contact on that clearance, and it will be a 3-2 lead for DRUKPA FC. There was somebody whose AI predicted it would be 2-2, but well, it no longer is. PARO FC, major mistakes from their side. One of DRUKPA FC's goal came by the way of an assist from Evan Sasante, who made an unfortunate back pass, and one more goal coming the way of an unfortunate deflection. Since 2020, inside this decade, we have not seen a champion outside of PARO FC. This year, with proper scouting, proper signings from all the teams across the league, it finally seems like we will have a new champion. This is the best odds other teams have had in a long, long while. PARO FC looking for that counter, has that ball on that right, brilliant turnaround, but held down, locked up. Opportunity denied. It will be a throw-in for PARO FC. PARO finds a space to thread it inside. Brilliant job earning that challenge. Ni mong di.
Yeah, yeah. Kaç mı? Dışarıda mı?
Also, yeah, Muhibullah, the own goal scorer, is from Pakistan, I believe, if I'm not wrong. High ball played, plenty of space to make decisions. Matthew Musa sends it off. Quite a harsh challenge there. There is the new substitution for DRUKPA FC, Leon Sullivan. Kazandoji at the end of it. PARO does have a massive team in terms of physicality, but so far DRUKPAs have been doing a phenomenal job locking them down. Might have been a bit of a confusion there, but Bella does manage to send it off through the center line. Asante. Bella again, massive clearance off to PARO FC, daring them to restart their attack. Always love a centre back who sends it out long without a care in the world. Better have that than a mistake costing them a goal. Woo Gyung-young. Strong throw-in, but easily intercepted. Went directly towards the defender. Ngongdi. Leading up to the start of this match, I do not believe in any universe PARO FC believed that the scoreline at the hour mark would be the one it is right now. DRUKPA FC with the lead 3-2. Brilliant opportunity, still anyone's ball. Tiger manages to get a head in, but it cleared away by Min Shin. There was that cross in from Kezang. Brilliantly placed, but well-timed challenge from Bella to deny. That effort from Yuta Mishima. And it seems like this time it will be quite serious. Philip Eugene. Stretcher has been brought in. Also, didn't notice, but seemed like Richard Sanya has been brought in. For the side of PARO FC, there was that unfortunate goal. Plenty of power from Matthew Musa. Forced it off that defender on that ball clearance. And lo, we are here at the scoreline it is right now. Ullah. Kazi. Back to Ullah. Tariq Kazi. Man down for DRUKPA. Referee does not notice it yet. Finally, attention towards Matthew Musa. He is grasping his face. Plenty of contact on him already. He was already being bothered. Unsure as to what that contact actually was. Here is a replay on that. Kezan. Ooh. Caught on camera. Wasn't quite a punch, it was an attempted shove. Did get in Kezan head as there is a substitution for DRUKPA FC. It is Philip Eugene who went down with an injury being subbed out. And it is Sangarinchen. No lack of physical presence up front for DRUKPA FCs. Even with Philip going down, they still have Leon Sullivan and Matthew Musa still inside Kezan. Shot from distance might not be enough. And Sachin Jha with the comfortable save slaps it out. Finally, there is a substitution coming in for DRUKPA FC. The intensity of this match already high enough as is will be quite a challenge. Bella, first failed clearance in a long while. Did not get that connection with that left foot he wanted. Leon Sullivan. Quite a physical exchange with Tariq Kazi. And a yellow card. Was that replay again? Leon Sullivan mistook Tariq Kazi for a tree, attempted to climb it, went down, but a yellow card was thrown nonetheless. PARO FC still in possession. Finally, a quiet stretch after all that pandemonium that gifted DRUKPA their third. Tariq Kazi finally taking it up front. Brilliant pass. Did not get back to Kazi. Brilliant check there on the man. Tiger, after that one goal of his, has not really made much of an impact in the last couple of minutes leading up to the 70th minute. Seems like there is a substitution coming in for PARO FC as well.
Substitution for Team PARO FC, jersey number 16, Sachin Namge is being replaced by jersey number 3, Tanjin Dorji.
Seems like it is Sachin Namge coming out. And in place of the number 16, it will be number 3, Tandin. Close call there, slight miscommunication from the side of Leon Sullivan and his wing. Bella, brilliant header. DRUKPA still managed to retain possession of that ball. Rinchen, brilliant pass with the outside of that right foot. Leon Sullivan keeps it alive. Has that one-on-one. Does not like his odds. DRUKPA FC will be forced to retreat. The door's shut on DRUKPA FC, and it will be PARO FC's turn. Yuta Mishima on that left, a brilliant defending. There again, fantastic effort from Matthew Musa. Dropping all the way back to help in the defensive efforts of his team. Almost recovered that ball, by the way. Devo wanted a bit more out of his teammates. Held that flank well on his own. Doji. Fresh up, plenty of power, javelined it in. No chance there for PARO FC. It was Bella and Minchin, and right in the middle it is Sachin Jha. Grabs it right from between the two giants. Matthew Musa, brilliant power in, but not quite the partnership he wanted. His teammates a bit too behind. Leon Sullivan has that one-on-one against Tariq Kazi. Laid back, will go for shot. Rabke had the ambition, just not quite the placement and power. Just managed to earn themselves a corner, however, and it will be Devo Tokpang. There you can see in the behind, by the way, Jimmy Sir from Transport United alongside the goalkeeper coach of Bhutan, Coach Silva. Nice to see familiar faces in the crowd. Plenty of support from the locals as well for PARO FC today. And even more surprising, DRUKPA FC, plenty of fans from their side as well. All the way out in PARO. Fantastic challenge there. No shortage of strength from Rabke. G is from the crowd, obviously at that challenge. They are in an away match, but you do have to respect the effort from the number 14. The referee signaling a throw ball. Richard Sanya. Also at this point, one important fact to note. The Bhutanese players are definitely playing on par with the foreigners. A man of note is Punsa Jimmy. Number 18, Bella at the back for DRUKPA FC, is the captain for their side. Has held his own. Performed better than his foreigner counterparts in the back line. Physically dominant against the forwards, giant forwards of PARO FC, Tiger and the others, Evans Asante. There was that momentary lapses in the middle, but that is to be expected. Other than that, phenomenal job. Also yesterday we did see fantastic goalkeeping from Nabla FC's goalkeeper, Doji by Tika, as you might know him. Made save after save. They did lose 3-0, couldn't keep it quite a clean sheet, but did manage to hold it down. Would have been much more had it not been for the efforts of Baitika, as there is another wonderful run by PARO FC. Left-footed delivery deflected off of Devo. There is the head coach for PARO, Pushpalal, definitely sweating. Not the result, not the opening he wanted as champions for sure. But they do have a corner, could be an opportunity to turn things around. But will it be? It is Yuta Mishima taking the set piece. Yuta, brilliant delivery, low. It is right at the post, and there is that tap in. Here is a close-up. Tiger had that first control. It wasn't a goal. Apologies, but I do not know what the call was. I did not see. But nonetheless, that effort has been turned around. And in a dramatic turn of events, a yellow card right to Leon Sullivan. As PARO FC mount that opportunity again, that goal denied. I do not know what the issue was, but PARO will try from distance. Also, apologies, I am unsure as to what the issue was. For that, I did not see a flag up, I believe. But if you caught something, do let me know down in the comments. Help me out. I did miss it completely. Brilliant header. Possession for PARO FC. Whistle in favor again, Richard Sanya. Also, for the fans of Bhutanese football who are here in Thimphu, the Women's National League has begun. We do have a match here at Changnam at 6 p.m. Sirang versus United Finsling. So if you are nearby, do pop in to Changnam for a watch, as there is PARO FC cross played inside. It is low. Ball kept alive. Unauthorized has that one-on-one, not quite enough. Bella on that deflection shot from Kazi, timing perfectly on that challenge. Much thanks to our viewers. I did not quite catch that from this angle, so yeah, much thank you for the clarification. Seems like it was a foul. But nonetheless, now that they did finally see the ball roll into the net, it should be enough of a confidence boost, I should say, for PARO FC to get something going, as there is that brilliant pass. Sachin. Fantastic efforts from Sachin Jha. Will have a couple of words for his defenders. Could have done much better on closing out that run. But no matter. Sachin Jha does manage to get that save off of Richard Sanya. Bella was right there if a cross ever did come or a shot did come, but nonetheless, DRUKPA FC brilliant again on that slip up from PARO FC. The pass was beautiful. Richard Sanya waited a bit too long. Min Shin, again a giant. You all should get used to seeing around here in Bhutan. Sante. Kinga. Unauthorized has that one-on-one. Devo is locked in, left no room for that ball to get inside. Sante all alone. That will be a shot deflected. Clearance does fail. Tariq Kazi, as that ball will cut in at the edge of the box, has plenty of options to work with. Might have been a bit too late. Shot goes in. Saved on the line by Devo. And finally cleared away by Min Shin. It is pandemonium. PARO FC still has the ball, but not quite yet, as DRUKPA denied it yet again. Phenomenal effort, phenomenal chemistry by the defense. Attacking possession back to back for PARO FC, but no room to test the goalkeeper in any way. Asante will want to redeem himself. Already has a goal, but he does have that assist on that own goal. Assist on the goal for DRUKPA FC as well, their opening goal. That's Ja! Oh, my, indeed. There was that unrelenting barrage of shot after shot. There was Asante denied. Beautiful timing on that challenge. A failed clearance. Kazi got the ball after that. His shot was blocked as well. Yuta Mishima. PARO FC are the champions going into this season. And it seems like the opening will not go their way. 10 minutes of football left. Can PARO FC come back in to this match, at least get a draw for themselves? Or will DRUKPA FC, who in their momentum, will get in one more? Philip Eugene, a goal scorer for the DRUKPAs, has been subbed out due to injury. So their front line has been weakened, but at this point, the point of marvel has been the disciplined defense of DRUKPA FC. There you can see Matthew Musa going all out, but just can't quite beat Kezankochi. Did his level best, just lost balance. PARO FC, too much pressure, could have made better decisions indeed, but too much at stake. The pressure is winding down as the clock ticks on. PARO FC will get a chance to redo. Nimongdi, brilliant bit of skill there. Right foot inside Yuta Mishima. Might not have been enough to warrant a foul there. Bella, easy pass there to Matthew Musa, and it will be off for a horse race. He is against Kinga, manages to beat him. 31 has Leon Sullivan. Pass intercepted perfectly by Tanin Dorji. There is Kinarabke. He was down early on. DRUKPA FC in the lead. They are not safe at all. One goal could come in moments, especially with the waves upon waves of attacks that PARO FC are launching against their backline. So far, DRUKPA FC, fantastic job holding it down in the back. But only one mistake is all it will take for PARO FC to come back into this game. DRUKPA FC, ball up front, Leon Sullivan wanted a call on that slip-up against Tangoji, but will not get it, not quite enough. Was more of a loss of balance, and it will be PARO on the initiative. Tangoji, left-footed, intercepted easily there. Fantastic read on that left back. Mohib Ullah from Pakistan has that own goal. And that failed clearance is one of the main reasons why DRUKPA FC have the lead that they do right now. Less than 10 minutes remain, and if DRUKPA FC's lock in defensively, it might very well be all they need. They are doing a brilliant job of shutting off attack after attack. They are leaving room open at the edge of the box for shots. Left foot, deliver inside, headed away. Still anyone's ball, but as we all know, Sachin Jha with the comfortable hands. Brilliant decision. The lead they have right now is not fully, solely because of the performance they've put out here at Watchu here in PARO. We have to respect the management of DRUKPA FC for doing the fantastic job scouting these brilliant players who have meshed together brilliantly in their opening debut. Five minutes remaining. Asante, after that opening goal, he has been missing from PARO FC's attacking efforts. Brilliant pass inside. Ghazi, inside ball right towards Sachin again. Hectic clashes there at the end. Is the goalkeeper okay? There was Tariq Qazi, took matters into his own hands. Sachin Jha hit in the back of his head by that run from Yuta. Yuta Mishima, shin right towards Sachin. That back of the head is a very fragile spot. And especially with the performance he has been putting out, hopefully he will be able to continue to stand in the nets for DRUKPA FC. But DRUKPA do have a fantastic goalkeeper in their bench as well, who started for them for the qualifiers. Brilliant pace there. Musa beats the goalkeeper, but not quite enough power. Could have chipped it up. Still alive for DRUKPA FC. It is. Yeah! Plenty of power off that crossbar. All the space he needed in the world, and it is 4 against PARO FC's 2. And that may very well be the dagger that ends the nightmare start for PARO FC. Brilliant run, fantastic pace from Matthew Musa, kept possession alive, went at goal, brilliant recovery from his teammates. It was that fantastic setup, the first touch. Brilliance and elegance in that one touch that set up that shot. So much power, no chance, had a defender, had a goalkeeper. And celebrations for the fans of DRUKPA FC right out in the home, in the backyard of PARO FC's own Watchu. Will this finally be the year where PARO FC will be dethroned? 2 minutes remain. Might get a couple of minutes of additional time. Will that be enough for PARO FC to get 2 goals in? Musa. Let's keep that ball alive for PARO FC. Space. Delivered inside. It is a header. Sachin Jha! Fantastic save against Tiger's header. And brilliance in the tackle by Bella to send it out for a corner, but job not done, boys. Game not over as a ball is sent in, saved by that crossbar. Richard Sanya. How unfortunate. Panic across both teams. There was that first header. Fantastic save from Sachin Jha to deny that opportunity. Bella putting his body on the line for that tackle. There was Yuta Mishima. Bella sent it off. There was that second effort from Richard Sania in the blind spot of Sachin Jha. How unfortunate to have hit the side posts. And PARO will be panicking. Less than a minute until regulation time ends. Brilliant bit of footwork there. Monchu, pass off Richard Sania, ball played low, cleared away. Also, yes, Namla FC has been rebranded after their qualifier run, after their promotion. They are now representing themselves as DRUKPA FC. Do follow them on social media. There is that header again, but Bella! 7 minutes of additional time has been added.
Additional time, 7 minutes.
More stories to tell, more plot twists await as the minutes drag on. Possession still alive, clean challenge. PARO FC did want a goal, but not quite enough. Their referee was right there. Ball played long. Brilliant touch there. Inga. Off to Keza. Brilliant defending by Devo. He has been locking that left flank for PARO all day long. Keza does in the corner. Ball way back. Not quite enough from Mullah. Kinga, brilliant step over, has that left flank all open. But that double team does manage to make the doors shut down for PARO FC, still kept alive. Brilliant first touch from Kinga, Richard Sanya. This time the edge of the box not left alone. Asante dangerous in that possession, got himself that first goal from that spot. This time will be denied, and it is Leon Sullivan taking it slow. Cleaner-up gate from the DRUKPAs has gone down, and it seems like a couple of the calls are being made for substitutions. Cross played inside, one touch, not quite. The players of DRUKPA FC want a couple of substitutions. Seems like their hamstrings are bothering them. They had early collisions, they had early injuries. They did manage to play through most of them. A nightmare start to the season for PARO FC. There is Bella, right up there in contention for man of the match with Sachin Jha. As yet another has been carried out on a stretcher for DRUKPA. The first was Philip Eugene, their goal scorer from earlier. Still, a bit more than 3 minutes remained until the final whistle, until DRUKPA FC can relax. Chasania on his man, not quite. Pass does leak out to Leon Sullivan. Brilliant move there, but not quite enough. Mongdi refuses to be beat. There was that unfortunate contact. If left alone, would have made a direct attempt on goal as well, but not quite. DRUKPA FC's solid job does manage to let a couple of leaks through, but this time not quite as PARO FC is on the counter. Did see that yesterday as well, where Timber City's fans sang their opponents into defeat. The same here, very loud cheer squad for the DRUKPA FCs in their away game as well. There was the clip that sent Matthew Musa down. Tenudoji a bit too reckless. His left foot clean contact with the ankles of Matthew Musa. PARO FC. DRUKPA's pass scramble. This might very well be the last opportunity for them. Ball still alive. Asante shot. Deflected, and the DRUKPAs are still alive as we count down the last few seconds until the end of this game. We have a substitution coming in for DRUKPA FC in the dying seconds. It is Pupdoji coming in for clear up there. Any second until the whistle is blown might very well be the last attacking opportunity. Leon Sullivan, brilliant pass delivered up front. But with the depth of that attack, it might very well be it. PARO FC possibly given one last chance. Possession alive. PARO FC, Tiger, brilliant one touch out. Here's Kinga on that left. Can he get that shot off? Sachin! No test there for the goalkeeper. Kinga inaccurate. Could have done a much better job, had all the space. And a very loud Alepe indeed, as PARO FC, the reigning champions, open their season with a loss to the newly promoted DRUKPA FC. What a job DRUKPA FC has done in scouting their players, in their signings, building up the chemistry within their team. And ladies and gentlemen, with the downfall of the champions, this might very well be a season where we see a proper contention for the title. Also, big shout out to Bella Punsajimi, number 18, the captain for DRUKPA FC, to have held his own against the giant foreigners that were
Ladies
brought in
and
by both
gentlemen,
teams.
the Hurricanes
Definitely in
currently
contention
have
against
in
Sachinja,
Paro
both
FC
equally
victory
important
and
to the
DRUKPA
efforts
FC report.
of their hard-earned victory here today. PARO FC will have a lot of work to do. They came into this league expecting to simply walk the other
The
teams out of the
the
competition,
match
but
of
Pushpalal
today's
will have
match
to go
is
back to the
jersey
drawing board.
number 4 mid
And
from DRUKPA FC.
my sympathy
Congratulations.
to the players who will have to bear the brunt of their mistakes in the locker room right after this match. But it was beautiful football, much better than the match we saw here at Changlimitang yesterday. Timpu FC versus Timpu City, where Timpu City came out in an expectant win, but with the expectations that were on the Thunderbolts Timpu FC, it was quite a lackluster performance as the team who were promoted at the top of the qualifiers. But so far, so good. If these two matches are to set the tone for how the upcoming matches will be, ladies and gentlemen, as fans of Britney's football and fans of simply football, we are in for a treat. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful football here at PARO. The schedules have been uploaded on the Bhutan Football Federation Facebook page. Do go there to give us a follow if you to stay up to date on the matches, the schedules, and any announcements and news that we have to share. Also, do subscribe to the Bhutan Football Federation YouTube channel if you haven't already. It may not mean much to you, but it will mean the world to us. And until then, this was your commentator Ogintish Tochi. Thank you for tuning in. See you guys next time.
Where's the thing?